The film starts with two kids who are very good friends. The girl's name is Claire, and she is older than her friend. Claire and her friend stand outside a candy shop because they really want to eat some candies from inside. Claire tells her friend, "I will go inside and buy some candies. You should come too and buy some." Hearing this, her friend innocently says, "But Claire, I don't have any money." To this, Claire replies, "No problem. Let's do one thing. Let's steal the candies." She continues, "Do one thing. Go inside and distract the shopkeeper. Meanwhile, I will steal the candies." Hearing Claire's plan, her friend gets very scared because he has never stolen anything before. Claire reassures him, "Don't overthink it. You just have to go inside and pretend to be lost. Tell him that you can't find your dad. That way the shopkeeper will think you're lost and come to help you. While you distract him, I will have already stolen the candies." Even though he doesn't want to, her friend listens to Claire. He says, "Okay, I am ready to do this." Claire tells him, "After the work is done, we will meet here." Then both go inside and execute their plan. Claire successfully steals the candies and comes outside. She stands in one place and starts eating them. But suddenly she hears a voice coming from a dark place. Claire asks, "Who's there?" but gets no response. She waits for her friend for a long time, but he doesn't come out. Worried, Claire decides to go back inside the shop to check. But there, she doesn't find her friend. When she asks the shopkeeper, "Where is my friend?" he replies that he had come and taken his dad. Hearing this, she is shocked because this was not possible. His dad had not come here, so who took him? And after this, Claire's friend was never found. We know that many more children have gone missing from the city. Eventually, the man behind all this, the kidnapper who used to abduct children, was caught by the police and sentenced to 25 years in prison. After this, we see the events 25 years later. Claire has now grown up. Sitting with her is her friend's father, Bill. He still deeply misses his son. He wants to find him because he believes his son is still alive. Claire now works as a broadcaster and runs a small radio channel. Today marks 25 years since Claire's friend went missing. Bill asked her to talk about his son on her broadcast so that people who listen might help find him. Claire, however, says, "I'm sorry, Uncle, but I won't do this," because she believes that her friend will never be found. Bill insists, "But I have to find my son somehow. I need your help, my child." Hearing this, Claire finally agrees. "Yes, Uncle, I will help you no matter what. We will definitely search for him." Then Bill introduces Claire to one of his friends, who knows this entire area very well, as she has lived here for a long time. Now we see interviews with several people, including elderly residents and detectives of the town. A senior detective says, "I worked on this case 25 years ago. This had become a very serious case because one by one, children were disappearing from the town. This was both shocking and worrisome for everyone because neither were the children found alive, nor did their corpses appear. Due to this, terror spread throughout the town, and everyone was living in fear." Now Bill starts searching for his son with his friends. He goes to look for him at Moor, a completely deserted place and an empty field. However, Claire does not accompany him, as she is too scared. The fear of what happened to her in childhood still lingers in her heart. Claire then decides to visit the senior detective who worked on this case 25 years ago. She informs him that Bill is searching for his son at Moor. Upon hearing this, the detectives are shocked and concerned, as they do not understand why Bill is doing this. 25 years ago, they had already searched for Moor, but had not found a single child there. In fact, not only were there no children, but there was also no trace of their belongings. Claire then heads to Bill's house. Through the window, she sees a man with Bill doing something with a locket. When she enters, she realizes that the man is a psychic, someone with special abilities and powers that allow him to perceive such things. His abilities also enable him to sense paranormal entities like ghosts and spirits. Using these powers, the psychic reveals where Bill's son might be found. Claire begins to suspect that Bill is relying on a psychic to find his son, which makes her believe that there is something more to this case. And the place the psychic had mentioned was Moor. After that, they went to Moor to find Bill's son. Claire also accompanied them. Although she was afraid of going to Moor, she still went because she wanted to find her friend as well. After a long time searching, they found Bill's son's shoe, Claire's friend's shoe. They picked it up and kept it with them. Claire then started feeling uneasy. She had a strong sense that there was a powerful and evil presence there, and that she would never be able to escape. She tried to run away. While running, she reached a road where she finally felt a sense of relief. The next day, Bill took his son's shoe to the police and requested them to reopen the case so he could find his son. However, the evidence was not sufficient, so they refused to help him. After this, we see the senior detective again, who said, "We never revealed the kidnapper's face to the public, nor did we ever disclose what happened to the kidnapped children, which we believe was a serious mistake. And even if someone knows the truth, they are hiding it. Now Claire and Bill visit the psychic's house, where Bill tells Claire everything about him. Yes, he is a psychic, but he doesn't have enough power to find my son. However, his daughter Eleanor has far greater abilities than he does. She claims that she can find my son. But the psychic refused, saying, I cannot put my daughter in any kind of danger, because he loved her deeply. Actually, after his wife passed away, his daughter Eleanor became everything to him, and he doesn't want to lose her at any cost. He wants to keep her away from this case so that she doesn't die. However, Bill, who is desperate to find his son, has already called Eleanor. When Eleanor arrives, her father, who is a psychic, gets angry at her. Eleanor tells him, Dad, don't overthink and don't worry. I came here of my own free will, and I think we should help Bill. After some more discussion between the father and daughter, Eleanor's dad finally agrees to support them. They place a peacock on the table and sit around it. Eleanor focuses on one particular spot on the map. She uses all her strength and keeps pointing to the same location repeatedly. Bill immediately marks that spot on the map. Eleanor had to exert a lot of her powers, which made her feel strange, restless, and uneasy. Perhaps this was the reason her father didn't want her to be involved in this case. The next day, they all had to go to the peacock. Eleanor wanted to go with them, but her father warned her, My child, that place is not safe. There could be danger, so you shouldn't go there. However, Eleanor doesn't listen to him and insists on going. The next day, they all reach the peacock and move forward. Eleanor records everything on video. A little further ahead, she senses the presence of a child, who turns out to be the spirit of a child. Eleanor asks, Who are you? The child's spirit responds, I don't know, and I have forgotten my mom and dad. Eleanor asks him, Okay, tell me, where were you killed and buried? Then the child tries to control Eleanor. She uses her power to drop him into the pit. Eleanor gets injured and everyone rushes to her. Her father takes care of her. But at this moment, Bill realizes that the child's soul is definitely trying to convey something. That's why he starts digging at the same spot. Surprisingly, he finds a girl's corpse there, and it turns out to be none other than the same soulful girl. That means her kidnapper killed and buried her here 25 years ago. This answers Eleanor's question about where she was buried, shocking everyone. Then the story jumps ahead 4 weeks. Bill is still searching for his son, and Claire is helping him in every possible way. Claire and Bill then visit a psychic's house, where Eleanor tells them, There is always a soul with me who often protects me. Whenever I am in trouble and don't understand what to do, he helps me. We are very close, and he acts as a protective spirit for me. Now the psychic communicates with the spirit through Eleanor and asks him to reveal information about the children who were killed and buried. The psychic asks, Can you feel us? The spirit replies, Yes. He explains that the souls of all the children whose bodies are there are trapped in darkness. Bill then asks about his son. The spirit uses a pointer to mark a location on the map. After this, he departs. After that, they went back to the morgue to check the place where the soul had marked. As they moved a little further, they saw a strange long stone with a mysterious circle drawn on it. Then they moved forward again. But suddenly it started raining, and they couldn't proceed, so they set up a tent there. Eleanor told them, My friend, that soul does not like coming to the morgue at all. Every time he comes here, he feels uneasy. This means that there is something here that he does not like at all. That is, there is some force, something that even he is afraid of, despite being a soul himself. As everyone sat together talking, Bill left the tent to go to the toilet. There he saw someone and started following them. But then he fell into a swamp. Fortunately, Bill's friend arrived just in time and saved him. Bill told his friend that he had seen someone there, so the two of them went to look for them. Meanwhile, back at the tent, the psychic was extremely scared, believing that Bill's actions could put all their lives in danger. This place was known to be filled with dangers. To calm himself down, the psychic stepped outside for some fresh air, while Claire and Eleanor started talking. Claire said, I still have a burden to bear for losing my friend. I hold myself responsible. It all happened because of me. If I hadn't sent him to the candy shop, he would never have been kidnapped. Suddenly, Eleanor started screaming loudly. Hearing her screams, Bill and his friend rushed back to the tent. She asked Eleanor, Why did you scream? Then she becomes sad and says that there is a very dangerous force here. Afraid of it, her soul friend left her and went away. And without him, she also feels a strange fear. Suddenly, she changes her demeanor and starts saying that there is a door here, which is open. As she says this, she begins to get possessed, meaning a dangerous force has entered her. Once again, she screams loudly. Seeing her condition, Bill and his friend go to call Eleanor's dad. Meanwhile, Eleanor enters a strange state, and blood starts coming out of her eyes. Looking at her face, it is clear that she is in immense pain. Suddenly, she collapses. They find the psychic, But at that moment, they are surrounded by strange bees. The eerie thing is that these bees have no eyes and appear extremely angry. To escape, the psychic runs back to the tent where he sees his daughter Eleanor in a terrible condition. Seeing her like this, Eleanor's dad immediately takes her to the hospital. But looking at Eleanor's condition, it is clear that she might not survive. The rest of the people return to their homes. Meanwhile, Claire receives a call from the senior detective, who warns her, "You shouldn't have gone to the mall. It's far more dangerous than you think." Hearing this, Claire becomes tense and tells Bill about it. She insists that they should not go back to the mall, but Bill doesn't listen to her. And the next day, he goes to the mall again, because he has always wanted to find his son. But this time, Bill's friend does not go with him because she does not want to get into any more trouble. This time, only Claire and Bill go. When they reach there, Bill stops at one place and points a gun at Claire. Seeing this, Claire feels very strange. She cannot understand why Bill is doing this. Bill tells her, "You have to die here now so that I can get my son back." Hearing this, Claire is shocked and asks, "Why? Why do you want to do this? And who told you that by killing me, you will get your son back?" Then Bill tells her, "Last night I heard a voice. It said that if you sacrifice Claire, you will get your son back." Hearing this, Claire starts crying. She says, "This is wrong. Killing me will never bring your son back. He left 25 years ago and will never return." But Bill still does not listen to her and prepares to kill her. Claire cries and begs him not to, but he takes her to the same stone. Meanwhile, a sheep appears. The sheep attacks Claire, killing her, but the sheep also dies. Claire falls into a ditch, and then the souls of other children appear and slap Claire. This is how Claire dies. As soon as she dies, Bill's son also appears. He goes to his father and reunites with him. After 25 years, father and son finally meet again. This makes Bill very happy. Now you might be wondering what exactly was happening here. So let me clarify it for you. Actually, a demon lives here on the Peacock, because that pit was actually the gateway to hell, where the demon took the sacrifices of children. The sheep were the souls of those children whom the devil had taken with him. And to perform the sacrifices, the demon's slave would assist him, as the devil had enslaved him. This had been happening for many years. Now the demon whispered in Bill's ear that if he sacrificed Claire, he would get his son back. And in the end, that is exactly what happened, because the sacrifices were meant only for girls. This is why girls were found dead everywhere. Girls kept dying, just like the body of that soulful girl, and many more. But on that day, the kidnapper took Claire's friend for the sacrifice. However, Claire was supposed to be the sacrifice that day. That's why the demon didn't kill Claire's friend. And when Bill finally sacrificed Claire, the demon kept his promise. He returned to Bill's son and took Claire with him. Now let's talk about the kidnapper. Why did he kidnap girls and sacrifice them to the demon? The answer is that he worshipped the devil as his everything. And by following him, he did all of this for the demon. Now the cycle was about to begin again, because after 25 years, the kidnapper would be free. And once again, the demon, whom he considered his god, would demand sacrifices. More girls would fall victim to this ritual. And with this horrific ending, the story and the film comes to a close. So let me know your thoughts in the comments section. Also, subscribe to this channel for more horror stories like this.